我用另一個例子，我估你會比較易諗到，即係西洋菜街。西洋菜街佢好 free 㗎，好正㗎。咁當年其實都係我哋一班朋友喺嗰度戰鬥，慢慢打翻嚟嘅位嚟嘅。但係你到你好多人而零規矩係會玩難。咁但係邊個去執行個規矩呢？呢個先高難度。即係我舉個例，會唔會有西洋菜街約章或者碼頭約章呢樣嘢嘅啦？但係好難做喎。咁本來諗緊區議會即係多啲朋友喺度，會唔會有機會推動呢？原來都係好難嘅喎，因為呢入嚟嘅人唔喺區度啊嘛，其實喺區度係易好多，但係到有啲人入嚟，即係一粒老鼠屎跌落嚟就可以好大鑊咯。咁就係因為跌咗幾粒老鼠屎，其實你話係咪有好多破壞？唔係咯，係咪好多好爛嘅 case？唔係咯，但係有咯，跟住就無論海事又好，檔主又好，都會越嚟越覺得呢個好難處理咯。
I guess there is a whole spectrum of public space that we can understand from, the well managed parks, the designated public space to this type of really depends on what definition.
Semi-public space could we consider?
Depends on what definition you use. This is technically not a public space. This is technically, I guess you guys mentioned by the Marine Department that you actually need a permit to go in there. But then I think precisely it's because of this nature of the marginal type of public space that draws so much attention. I guess there's always this story about how the very nicely made parks with all the nice benches, nice trees, that people might still go there out of convenience or other reasons. But then they kind of feel like that in such a nice place, I cannot do anything. I can only sit there, or I can only do a certain thing as prescribed. But I suppose in this type of marginal space, I mean, out of all these photographs, and I've been actually also looking into the Instagram account to see like how people are using it or playing with it basically in many different ways. I mean, of course, that again leads to the question of if they are playing with it or having too much fun, whether they would be having too much fun and creating danger. But I suppose it, in a way, that goes back to the topic of whether there is this type of agreement.
I think it's mostly common sense. Like if you're an elderly person, probably you wouldn't climb a container. You can see yourself and decide for yourself whether you're able or not to do certain things. And then, of course, you tend not to disturb each other. Like if there is a wedding photographer, you don't go in front of it, or if he sees you, he will move a little bit. Like common sense, common practice in a public space, in a shared space more than public.
Oh, well, I think in the city, especially in that part of Hong Kong Island, it certainly is facing the challenge with the MTR and then all this like real estate projects in there. So from a researcher's perspective, it's almost inevitable that it will be gone in the near future. But at the same time, as a little personal wish, of course, we wish to have these type of marginal space that is left. I guess sometimes we would even think that it's getting so popular right now, if when that wave of like popularity was slightly slowed down, then maybe the authority or whoever make the decision would lift them as is.
Well, I also personally think it's extreme pity that it's closed. I felt it, as a public space, in a way, was working with its own rules. But perhaps, I do understand also the difficulties that the Marine Department may have in dealing with possible accidents and things. The best way it would be to use this experience as a case study to plan future public space in a similar fashion. I'm not saying that you need to create a copy of this again elsewhere, but you can, by observing it and also with all the images and feedback from the user, you can understand that we don't need rules to take care of ourselves, which is something that sometimes is annoying in the classic public spaces, not only in Hong Kong also.